Hello, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. And this is just a short video that I've been asked to do about my books. I became a published author in 2011 when I was 50, and I've now got 8 books out, and we're just into 2017. So I've been a wee eager beaver, and I love writing. I should have another one out by, well, I initially said March, then I said April. Now it's kind of probably August, but it's a big book, it's a big memoir that I think people will enjoy, because I know I can talk for ages on all my stories, and this book will have all my stories in it. So I'm looking forward to finishing that one and getting it out towards you. So let me just go through the books and explain a wee bit about them. I hope you'll stick with this. So you might find that some books suit you, some are non-fiction and some are fiction. And please, if you have read the books and like them, leave a wee comment below on YouTube, because that would be lovely. It's lovely to get feedback on my books, and a lot of you do tend to do it on Facebook and on Amazon. Oh, and I will put the link in the description box below to my Amazon book page where you can see them all. So that's the easiest way you can get them, in all sorts of places as well, but Amazon's the easiest link to do. Now, Tarot Novice to Pro in one book was my very first book. Just quickly, it was based on my diploma course I wrote for Scottish School of Tarot, which was my tarot school in the 90s and early 2000s, and I was asked to make it into a book. It's a practical book. It doesn't go into the depth of hermetic stuff or astrology or whatever. It is start to finish full of little exercises. There's ethics chapters, there's things on all the cards, and basically you build up the knowledge. You're not meant to just use the book once, you're meant to keep going back and doing the exercises with the knowledge of the cards that build up. It's written so that you learn 5 cards, then you do an exercise, then you learn another 5 and you do another exercise, and bit by bit it builds up. Can you learn the tarot with one book? If you use my method, yes, but it's not an overnight thing. It's basically something that involves a lot of exercises, a lot of self-discovery and interaction with your own intuition and your tarot deck. Because the visuals on the tarot are the most important thing, and how you interpret them. So there's a lot of how to find your own way of interpreting the tarot with the basics. So that was the first one, and that was a joy to get published. Not long after it, out came Menopause, Natural and Spiritual Journey. This is my menopause story. It's got funny chapters in it, and then each chapter has a mantra and a spiritual practice to get you through it. I went through menopause, even though I'm a non-practicing pharmacist. I went through menopause just with mantras, prayer, meditation, and mindset. And it wasn't easy, but I did it. And if that's the type of menopause you want, and you're well enough or healthy enough to do that, you don't need HRT or something, or you don't need too much. This is back to being a basic woman that just went through menopause, but it's in a modern way. There's some fun chapters on libido and chin hair and swelly belly and mood swings, and everything's in there. So you get a wee story, or my stories, and then you get a way of dealing with that chapter. So that's the next one. Then this book is very small. I think, to be honest, I think it's overpriced as a book, so I think ebook's better for this. Maybe the universe just isn't that into you. It came about getting fed up with spiritual practices and spiritual practitioners that were talking a load of bunkum, and had lost the plot. To be honest, they'd lost the plot, and they were taking people with them, losing the plot, and that's not acceptable. So it's funny. Yes, I can send it up, because yes, I do have a Native American spirit guide, so I can have fun with things. I do have a huge crystal collection. I do, follow weird shamanic practices, etc. But it's funny, with a very strong message of responsibility for your own spirituality, and the responsibility of therapists and also gurus or teachers out there as to getting it right. So that's a wee joy, but it's quite a short book. You could read that in one sitting. How to Read an Egg. This one sells in the States quite well. It's odd. It's basically divination for the easily bored. Cut long story short, I found out that my grandmother I never knew, used to read eggs for people in Glasgow, and it kind of what's how do you read an egg, and that's where it came from. And it's a journey through weird and wonderful and maybe forgotten divination, and it's me trying them out. It's like almost like a TV program where you would say, right, okay, let's try this, let's do it, let's see if it works. So some of them were hilarious and didn't work at all. Rumpology, nope. But other ones were truly spectacularly just gobsmacked me. Bibliomancy, and some of the tea leaf readings, and just some of them I thought, wow. I still stick with the tarot though. I haven't really displaced that for anything else. It's kind of a funny book, but the teachings are there for how to read like Witch Doctor Bones, how to read an egg, and various other forms. And there's some also things about superstitions, and there's a little dream dictionary on the back. So that was my main books with John Hunt. Apart from this one, was called Ouija Tarot, Life of a Foolish Man. And it was initially non-fiction, although it's a fictional account of the tarot. And it really didn't do particularly well because it's very Scottish, although it is urban. And it was really probably my heart went into this book more than anything else. So it was quite disappointing when it sold more in Australia than it did in the UK. So just last year, I had my rights back, and I reissued it as Karma City, Ouija Tarot. And this is the new cover. Where am I going with this? It's got the Finiston Cran on it, and it's got Glasgow, and it reflects more that it is a Scottish book based in Glasgow. And Eddie Riley the Fool, it's his life from birth to whatever. And if you know the tarot, you might know that you might need some hankies near the end. But I loved Eddie. Oh, I just adored him. I hated him to begin with. He was just an arse. But we're figuring ways if we can get him back, put it that way. Now, that actually was just out last year. So if you've read Ouija Tarot, the yellow version, there isn't really any difference for the new version apart from a new acknowledgement, some little extra bits, and a brand new cover. Okay. And then my two totally fiction books, I tried to do spiritual crime fiction, Fortune Killer, which ended up to be a real romp of a bit, real fun. It's about an aging clairvoyant who's lost the plot and is losing her name as such a wee bit. And she decides to go and murder all the people that have maybe come against her in life. And she does it with a mixture of alternative methods and magic. She has two spirit guides who are very famous, but I'll let you read it till you find out who they are. And they were a lot of fun to develop because I needed to do quite a lot of research on these two people because I wanted to get it right. And they were just like so funny. And I got to work with two spirit guides. In fact, I felt quite close one of them when I was writing it. I thought, geez, I better get this right. It's a fun book. It's dark humour. there's a perfect priest tasered to death kind of thing. It's not. Some people have said after reading it, God, I'm not going to go on your bad side, Colette. For me, it was a joy to write because I got to just have a lot of fun with it and possibly kill off a lot of people that probably, if I didn't have a conscience, would probably want to kill off anyway. Anyway, it's the person that's actually narrating it is Faith Hope's dead husband. So it's a spirit that's narrating it, and she murdered him. So anyway, if you want the book, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's just a spiritual romp with everything in it, from angels to demons to Scotland's First Minister to Edinburgh Castle. And I actually, this is one book I wish I could go back and write it all again because I had so much fun writing it. So that was Fortune Killer. This is another novel. It's called The Prescription by Colette Brown. This isn't a spirituality book. For this, I decided to visit my past as a pharmacist, and I've written a contemporary romance between a pharmacist and someone that presents a prescription every month. And every prescription tells a story, and some stories don't have happy endings. It's basically a love affair, kind of the usual, a married person that falls in love with someone, and that someone is not suitable, and also fate takes a hand in it. So many people have said they love Danny Ferry, the main protagonist, the male. I had to do a lot of research into prostate cancer for this, and I hope that I've handled it well, and I hope that people enjoy the story and get to love Danny as much as I did. And look at the cover as well, the capsule with hearts in it. I just could not believe this cover. I just loved it so much. The last book is an ebook only, so I haven't got obviously a physical copy of it. It's called Love Lessons, subtitled Find Love, Keep Love, Be Love, and it's basically a book on finding love, keeping love, and then becoming love. So anybody can go to it. I actually enjoyed the be love bit at the end as well, because that was quite relevant to people even within partnerships, etc. So that's that. It's been a busy few years writing. I want to do more and get more out there over the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm looking forward to getting the memoirs, the first volume of memoirs, because I've got a lot of stories. I really have a lot of stories. So it will be lovely to get that out there in the next few months. And so bear with me on that. And hopefully, if you like the books, please go ahead and purchase them. Support your local author, and let me know if you enjoy them, because I love getting feedback. I really do. And it's. I mean, your books are like your babies. You're like so proud of them, but you're also so terrified that someone won't like them or whatever. So be kind. But no, I've had nothing but great reviews for all of my books. Most of them have been 5-star the whole way through, so I'm very chuffed about that. So that's my books, and I hope that you enjoy some of them, whether it's the self-help non-fiction ones or a good novel. Thank you, many blessings, and I hope you like my work. Bye now.